You ever been in a weird situation in a video game? One where they give you two choices, and it ends up spelling out your morality. But it's like, on the one hand, you can burn down an orphanage, but on the other, you could save it. Yeah, that sucks. And that's what we're going to talk about today. The problem. You see, there's three problems with modern game design's usage of morality systems. Number one, black and white morality. It's always all good or all bad, light side or dark side, paragon or renegade. And that makes sense in these fantasy or sci-fi games. But when you want something more realistic, some kind of a drama or something, it's not going to work. The system is overdone. It's like blackened bacon put in the microwave. I think it stopped being food. It's really obvious, too. You know automatically who's bad and who's good. Lord Deathblood? He's probably a complex character with his own motivations and backgrounds, and no, he's just evil. And the bad guys always have these stupid goals, like, oh, I want to destroy the Earth! Oh, okay. Then maybe you shouldn't be on it. Oh, you're power hungry and you want to control the planet? That actually sounds like a typical senator to me. Number two, random moral choices. So this is what I mean. You can play a whole game with one morality system, right? And you can go along and behave as you would in that morality system. But because you're in complete control as a player, you're able to change it. That's not your character's character. That's just because you want to. It would be like if Mother Teresa randomly, throughout her life's ministry, got up and decided, you know what sounds good? Genocide. Number three. Arbitrary moral results. Normal choices have a weight. If you kill somebody, somebody else will come after you. But what about choosing to do something you thought was good, and it ends up being bad? Or what about the opposite? What if there was a child who would grow up to be a serial killer? If your character had foreknowledge and knew right away that he would grow up and become a murderer, would that change his decision? Of course it would. So here's my solution. These three numbers build off of one another. Let's take a look at them. Number one, real moral decisions. Your character must decide when it's okay to kill and then stick to that morality. Humans change slowly over time, but not in major ways. Humans weigh certain elements of morality in their minds. Intent, means, and ends. You've heard the phrase, the ends justify the means. Basically, it means whatever action you do is justified if you can maximize the good. If killing a man will save a busload of children, then this morality system holds that it's okay to kill him. It's teleology, and if we decide we should maximize the good, then we're utilitarian. Intent is easy enough. Someone compliments you, which is nice. But if you knew the reason why, it might change it. If they did it because they were actually mocking you, it would be a bad thing. But if they did it with the honest intent of complimenting you, then it's a good thing. Number two, character choice. Yeah, there's a lot of videos out there about agency, especially when it comes into video games. And that's fine. But I want a game where you can choose your character's morality system, and your character sticks with it, for the most part. I mean, he or she will grow or change with time, or circumstances will alter your character's perception, but generally that's the way we are.
You could use the intent, means, and ends because it does build a character. You know how it's fun in Skyrim to be open world? That's fine. But it would also be great to have a character stuck in a moral system just like we are. You can make decisions based off what's available to a character, not what's available to you. People are complicated. They aren't as simple as modern game developers would have you believe.
Real people are complicated.
If I wanted to deal with simple people, I'd visit my local movie theater for the new movie by Adam Sandler. Yeah, that's a complicated audience right there. Came from their jobs at the particle accelerator. I don't know, just cut that out. Ask any stand-up comedian about women and you'll hear it. They can be frustrating, annoying, and painful. And the women are difficult too. Number 3. True moral results.
Your character is impacted by his or her choices. Your character decides a certain morality and then has to have that tested. Let's continue with the other two.
With intent, there are good reasons and bad reasons. Good reasons make a character sympathetic. Bad reasons make a character unsympathetic. Think about Magneto. He suffered through the Holocaust, so he has a good reason to believe man will not embrace mutants. We're sympathetic to him as a character. With means, there are good actions and bad actions. Good actions reward characters. Bad actions punish them later. It's the very basis of our moral system. A murderer is hated and hunted. A savior is loved and adored.
People generally see this part of our moral decisions, but coupled with intent, makes for an interesting character. I want to see a character where a person chooses to do good things for horrible reasons, or a person chooses to do bad things for really good reasons.
Finally, with ends, there are good results and bad results. Good results get your character thanked. If you blow up a bridge but blew a boulder away from a passenger train, people will thank you. Bad results get your character hated. If you meant to help but end up hurting, someone will be impacted and hate you, probably for the rest of their life. I want that. I want that in a game.
So then what's the difference between ends and means? Well, they both have hate and love, so it has a multiplying effect.
Bad actions with bad results ends up with many people hating you. Bad actions with good results and good actions with bad results ends up being split. Some people hate you, some people love you and thank you. Think about Batman. He's a criminal. He is. I know we all glorify him as this great hero, but vigilantism is illegal. But he does good things. I think he's a menace. Well, I think he's a savior. It's the same with Superman. He tries to help, but often the evil he fights is drawn there because of him. And he ends up fighting them in a city of millions of people.
I don't know. I guess I just want to be Batman. Not in a game like Arkham Asylum or Arkham City or Arkham Origins, but in real life.
Heck, who doesn't want to be Batman?
So these are my hopes for a game. Game designers, hope you're listening.
It would be easy enough to implement. It would give a player better agency over moral decisions. And it would hold them to a character's moral system. Then the results of that system would show themselves.
So let me end with a story. A while back, I knew a guy that everyone liked. He had an outgoing personality, very friendly. He was a nice guy, but I didn't like him. In fact, you could almost say I just completely disliked him. But why? Why did everyone like him except me? Well, it was because of how I judge people. I weigh the intent as much as the action. So when someone compliments you, I weigh why they're complimenting you. This guy, I knew why he did everything he did. And it was completely selfish, completely self-serving. And he was kind of a scumbag when you get down to it, but no one saw that.
Some people look at one or two elements to decide if something is good or bad. Some people look at all three. But it would really impact the understanding of character creation if we had that ability. The ability to map out a character's moral system.
Just think about it. Thanks for watching. Hey, thanks for watching. You know, I've only got a few subscribers right now. Just a few views on each video. But I really do appreciate it. And to show my appreciation, I figured I'm gonna call out some comments. Richomancer said, "Nice review, interesting style. It's been a long time since I've played this game, so this is cool to see." Of course, check them out. Retromancers has been a big supporter of me, and I guess it's a nice way to help them out too. This comment is from Gustavo Quintero. Gustavo said, "The analogies you made with the video game with real life made this YouTube video bearable to watch. I am not much of a gamer, but I do enjoy learning about culture. Where did you grow up in Alaska, by the way?" This is, of course, in reference to my Ice Climber video, where I do mention that I'm Alaska native. I didn't grow up in Alaska, though. I grew up in Florida. I get my native blood through my mom. I'm an Athabascan, and we're associated with the Cook Inlet region. That's actually the corporation we hail through, too. Back in the 70s, the Alaskan natives were separated into several corporations based off where they lived. And the Cook Inlet region was separated into the Cook Inlet Region Corporation. And that's that's where my blood comes from. Again, I didn't live in Alaska, but it's still, I mean, it's still part of me. I love learning about my own heritage, and yeah, that's about all I have to say about that. Well, listen, I appreciate you watching all this. There's links here, like, comment, subscribe if you are interested. There's going to be more videos in the future. I'm hoping to churn out one real quick in the next week or so. Mostly because there's an important date coming up. March 6th. And that'll be your hint as to what the next video is. Thanks for watching. Again, thank you. I really do appreciate it. I can't stress that enough. Thank you.